What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Your Ex Drinking Buddy with me, your host, Brennan Tassif. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Check us out on YouTube. Full video available there. Check out the merch store. Look at all this stuff. We got all this stuff on the merch store. It's all available on the website, BrennanTComedy.com. You can also get my tour dates there. Every show that I have coming up, I'm going to be in New York, traveling the country, doing a bunch of gigs. So check it out. Get tickets at BrennanTComedy.com. Check out the merch store. And lastly, if you really want to support, go to www.patreon.com/BrennanTComedy. And that is where you can find Tales from the Restaurant, where I divulge everything about the celebrities I wait on. And also a little bit of behind the scenes. You'll also get the episodes early, a bunch of bonus episodes. Check it all out. Thank you so much. Enjoy the episode.
Grab me a beer and grab him a coke. We bout to sit for an hour, bullshit and tell jokes. And please don't mix it up, cause he done sobered up. Brennan T Comedy on your social media feeds. And Brennan Tassif is your ex drinking buddy. Brennan Tassif is your ex drinking buddy. Brennan Tassif is your ex drinking buddy. Brennan Tassif is your ex drinking buddy.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of Your Ex Drinking Buddy. I'm your host, Brennan Tassif. If you're new to the program, quick rundown of the show. It used to be everyone's favorite drinking buddy. It was my favorite thing to do. Hang out with friends, get drunk, do drugs, get in all sorts of trouble, and then reminisce about those crazy stories. I am sober now, but it's still one of my favorite things to do. Hang out with somebody and reminisce about the crazy old days. Most weeks I'll be joined by a guest. This week is no exception. All the way from Brooklyn, New York, Jill Weiner.
Hello. Wow, what a tone shift.
Yeah.
That was really, I guess you're trying to harness.
Yeah, we're getting the energy going. We're getting it fired up.
Get it fired up. Amazing.
Before we get too far in anything,
Yes.
plug everything up front. Social media,
okay.
let everyone know where they can find you.
Sure, you can find me on Instagram at Jill_lives. You can also find me on TikTok and YouTube at Jill_lives. And my website is jilllives.com.
Beautiful.
It's all branded. Look at that.
Yeah, I did that with Brennan T Comedy.
There
I
you
did
go.
2 open mics back
And
in
then you were like, I'm in.
2009, and I was like, I even changed my gamer tag on Xbox.
Wow.
I don't play anything online, but I was
Right.
like, I'm a comic
Just
now.
in case.
I've done a couple open mics. I do comedy
Right.
now.
When that Twitch blows up, you'll be ready to go.
So I wanted to have you on. You and I met years ago. I don't even know if you'll remember this, at Greenwich Village Comedy Club.
Mm-hmm.
It was during, I think it was like an open mic, like 3 or 4 years ago. And I remember thinking like, oh my God, she's so funny. But then obviously you're working, you're doing things.
Yeah.
And so, people are all around the town. And so I saw you again, like randomly, like maybe a year later.
Uh-huh.
And then you were on Caitlin Palufo, friend of the show's podcast.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
I saw the clip and I was like, fucking Jill. I
Yes.
got Jill on.
Yeah, here I am.
And
I'm
now
here
you
still
are.
alive.
So I want to talk about it. We're going to get into the stories and stuff like that
Sure.
later, but I want to talk about you.
Okay.
So, like kind of the origin story, grew up in the Northeast?
No, I grew up in the South, actually.
really?
I'm
Okay.
a Southern belle.
Yeah, take us through it.
Yeah, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, originally the suburbs. Hated it. Left as soon as I could. Never want to go back, but I still have to because my parents are there. Ugh. And then
How
I
old
went.
were you when you left?
18. I went to
Okay.
I went to college in Boston.
Where'd you go?
Boston University.
There you go. Shout out BU.
Sorry, too much. I got a little. I get choked up at Boston. I went to BU, and then after college, I moved back home to Atlanta for about 6 months, where I worked as a manager at a UPS store.
There you go.
Really thrilling stuff.
Shit.
And then
Correct,
after
yeah.
that, just wonderful. After that, I drove around the country with my best friend for 6 months. We drove over 15,000 miles.
Oh my God.
We started in Atlanta, went like pretty much all the way down to Key West, kind of zigzagged across the middle, went up California, and then zigzagged the way back. So that was, if you've never driven across, do that. It's great.
It was fun?
Oh, so fun.
Did you stop at like a bunch of different?
Yeah, we stopped at a bunch of places.
That was
yeah,
the point of
did
it.
a lot of camping, did a lot of drinking.
Okay.
I mean, I was 23, so it was.
Well, I wanted to ask because you're very prolific as a comedian. I think you're hilarious.
Thank you.
Of course. And how did you find stand-up?
Stand-up was something I always wanted to do. I remember when I was like 10 years old, my dad asked me what I wanted to be, and I was like either a veterinarian or a stand-up comedian.
Really? So
Yeah.
you knew that young?
Yeah.
Because I've had a lot of guests on, and it's been a thing where it's like, oh, well, I watched a lot of stand-up, and I never thought that was something I could do. But you
Yeah.
knew at an early age, like, I'm either working on animals or I'm going to be...
I think it's what it was for me. I saw Rosie O'Donnell on like an HBO special or something, and this is a horrible thing to say, but I saw her and I was like, oh, of somebody who looks like that. I know, very Trumpy, but I come from a long line of low self-esteem. So I related to her and her not typical,
not the cookie cutter,
not
generic,
mainstream, good-looking woman. And she was getting all this attention and making people laugh. And then also I just found I had a gift for making people laugh at an early age. And I really enjoyed that.
When did you start pursuing the stand-up?
Not until I was 32.
Okay. So
I started,
while.
the fear had a lot to do with it. I think.
No, totally understandable.
And, expectations in society and all that.
So what did you do? So you finished college? Because a lot of times it's, I finished college, I did a couple open mics in college, and then I moved to New York.
Right.
But for you, obviously, it was exponentially different.
Yes.
So what ended up happening?
Yeah. I finished college, drove around the country, and then I moved to San Francisco because I loved it.
Okay.
I fell in love with it on the road trip.
Oh, I was going to say, you've
I'd
now
never been there,
experienced all these different places.
Yeah. And it's like San Francisco was like, it fit the bill for me of being like a dense city that did not have a winter after living in Boston and coming from Atlanta. Obviously, the winters in Boston are brutal and also very liberal. So I moved to San Francisco and I worked at the Virgin Megastore for a couple of years.
Okay.
Still have friends from there. Great experience. And then I worked in City Hall for a little bit. I worked in public radio. I worked at a deli. I worked at a bar.
What was the catalyst where you were like, I'm going to do it now?
I went on a date with a guy and he was like, I just took this stand-up comedy class. You should try it. Oh, and for the first date, he took me to an open mic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to watch him perform, and he was horrible. But
well, that's what I didn't know if this was
Yeah.
going to be another Rosie situation where you saw him and were like,
I mean,
this
kind
is
of.
so easy.
I was like, ew, I could do this.
You stink.
You stink.
Give me the mic.
Give me the mic, motherfucker. We can curse. Of course. Yeah, okay.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, whoa. Okay. But then after I went on the date with the guy, I was walking my dog and I ran into a dog walker who was like, I just did this stand-up comedy class. And then there were people at because I went to business school while I was in San Francisco. There were people in my business school who were like, you're so funny, you should try stand-up. So it was just like kind of a confluence of a bunch of things. And I was like, I should just do it.
So what'd you do first time?
I did a class. I did a class at San Francisco Comedy College. Shout out Curtis Matthews.
Shout out Curtis.
That's what he looks like. It's true. But yeah, a lot of comics I think went through SF Comedy College. So it was like the Purple Onion kind of.
Okay, yeah,
which you've
totally
heard of.
understand. Yeah.
And that's how I started. And then I moved to New York 2 years later after starting comedy in SF.
For comedy.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. I was actually, because I work in a restaurant, and I had some guests last night from Florida, where I'm from, in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And they were visiting New York, and I was like, oh, yeah, I just moved here like 5 years ago from where you guys live. And they're like, why, typical Southern response, why would you move to New York? And it's like, oh, for comedy. They're like, we have comedy. And I go, no.
Yeah.
No one has comedy like New York has comedy.
Yeah. I mean, it's like,
It's the Mecca. It's the place.
Yes, it was made here, I think. So.
Well, and it's also one of those, because I've had people be like, well, what about L.A. or Austin? And I'm like, yeah, again, not New York.
Yeah. New York's got that just the beat of the city.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's a thing where people, what I have found, because I perform in L.A. like two or three times a year, hard flex. Really, I just have a friend that runs a show, and I'm like,
what
I'll
show?
pay for
What show? Can I hit him up?
I'll give you his info after this.
Perfect.
But I'm always just like, yeah, I'll pay for my hotel, my flight, and everything. Can you just put me on the show?
Yeah.
Because then it sounds so much cooler if I'm out with a bunch of comics. I'm like, yeah, I got to do this store next week.
Nice.
No big deal.
Yeah.
But it's a hack. It's a fugazi. It's a fugazi.
Yeah.
But what I have noticed being in LA is it's a lot of people who want to be famous, and one of the easiest ways to be famous is to do stand-up.
To humiliate yourself in front of an audience.
Because the barrier to entry, you don't need to go on an audition. You could just show up to open mics.
Right.
You could start your own show.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're now doing
but
comedy.
how many comics do you know that have just started doing open mics in LA and are now famous?
I have interviewed quite a few people on this show because I'm like, oh, you're really funny. You should come on. And their response to why stand-up is, well, I really wanted to get attention and be famous. And so
I see what you're saying.
I've not seen it from what perspective you're talking. I've never seen people like just blow up. But I have had people on the show be like, yeah, I just wanted people to like
just
notice
they
me
don't
and
have any
see me.
drive for like
But they don't
comedy
care
or
about comedy.
making people laugh or expressing
Who's
themselves.
your favorite comic? And they're like, Dave Chappelle. And I was like, that's a very like generic answer.
Yeah.
You don't got anybody else?
Yeah, come on.
So you get into SF.
Yes.
2 years, moved to New York.
I lived in San Francisco for 10 years,
Okay.
but I didn't start comedy until my last 2 years. Yeah.
And then when you get to New York, what is your mindset? And for example, when I moved here, I did a couple open mics, ran into like I said, real comics, you, Tori Cole, like people who were out doing comedy,
right?
But were also doing open mics. And my instinct was like, oh, this is not going to be as hard as everyone said.
Oh, really?
Like we're all out here. Yeah, because I was very naive.
I think that must be a difference between a man and a woman.
Well,
I'm not sure.
It was just one of the, because Tori was the first person I met, and she's been on the show
Tori
a bunch.
Piskin?
No, Tori Cole.
Oh, okay.
And she's been on the show a bunch, and I've talked to her about it, but she was the first person I met where she was passed at clubs, smaller clubs, but passed at clubs, but still doing open mics.
Right.
So I was like, oh, if you're doing that, like, I moved here, I'm pretty good at comedy, like, I'll just get my foot in the door somewhere.
Yeah.
Not realizing all the steps that go into that.
Right.
And so I'm naive in that sense, and I'm still not jaded, even though I've been doing comedy a long time. I still go to shows. I still show, like, I'll go to shows I'm not on just to watch stand-up because I love it.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is going to be... And then I didn't see her again for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Because
I know, it's wild,
I was
isn't it?
like, oh, this is really hard.
Yeah, it's very hard. It is very hard, but it's like fun hard, I
Yeah.
think. Because when I first moved here, I was coming from San Francisco, and I was like, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I got bits. I'm pretty good. People laugh.
I got skits,
People,
sketches.
I got
bits.
sketches.
I can do the
I've made
thing.
friends. And like,
can make friends.
I can make friends. That was hard, actually.
That's going to be the
That
title
was
of the
really
episode.
hard. Making friends was really difficult. It took about a year until I wasn't like a person who was like, "What are you guys doing after this?"
Well, so that's the thing. A little side note, little aside. That's a thing because you don't want to, in my experience, because I'm very much like, hey, what's going on, guys?
Right.
But that's because I love, for the most part, like comics, like true comics, because there's people who do comedy and then there's comedians. I think that's a very distinct difference. But I think with comedians, we share a lot of commonalities, and I try to like make friends with people.
Yeah.
And that's a massive turnoff for some people. That is a huge ick for some people to be like, hey, guys, what are you doing after this? Like, do you want to hang? Let's hang.
Yeah.
And so you're absolutely right. It is very difficult.
It's hard.
People are like, get out of here, weirdo.
Well, especially when you first move into the scene, because they can sense your they can sense my desperation, and I wasn't hiding it very well. I'm a little sister through and through. But I definitely I had a little bit of that naivete, but that naivete was blanketed with the cold hard realism of the New York open mic scene pretty quick. I mean, just a year, 2 years probably of just bombing.
Yeah.
Bombing. Like,
It's so
hard.
How was it in San Francisco? Because I've had my experience is in Florida, where a lot of the mics are shows. People come out because they're like, hey, there's nothing to do on a Monday.
Right.
This bar has comedy. Let's go watch comedy. So there'd be a lot of comics, but then there'd also be a lot of like just civilians there watching the show. Then I moved to New York and it's all comics.
Yes.
And I was told by a couple people in Florida, like, the first couple open mics you go to, you got to do your tight five.
Yeah.
Like, it's an open mic, but you need to let them know that you can do comedy.
Yeah.
And I would do that and bomb. And I was like, well, this is terrible. This is going to be
Just wait until you get in front of a room full of comedians. It's way worse.
Yeah. And so that was the thing. So was that, for you, did you also find, because San Francisco is a bigger city. So were you doing shows and mics there and being like, did you notice that there was a hard pivot when you got to New York and it was all just comics at everything?
No,
all the
I mean,
time?
in San Francisco, it was like an open mic, so it was mainly just comics.
Okay. I figured because it was a bigger city, I
Yeah.
assumed that it was going to have.
I mean, there's plenty of comedians, but I also was kind of insulated because I was in the comedy college.
Yeah.
Which was definitely looked down upon by the other open mic comics who did not.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Rightfully so, I'd say. I mean, because it is kind of like.
But that's my.
I'm a little baby and I can't.
But also, like, going to open mics is very intimidating, especially when you're the only woman.
Yeah.
It can be, you would know.
I agree with you because I go to Greenwich Village a lot and it's
Yes,
always just like.
It's always dudes.
It's like 12 dudes in here. Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
So yeah, it can be scary, especially when you're first starting out. And comedy is such like it really thrives on you being vulnerable. So it's tough to find those spaces.
Well, I will say to you and for everybody listening, when I see you at any mic or show, I'm excited.
Oh, well, thank you, Brendan.
Yeah,
That's very
but,
kind.
And it is also funny too because it is one of those things like we were talking about. Like we've only ran into each other maybe 5 times in the 5 years I've lived here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, but I'm like really a big fan. I'm like a huge fan of yours. So you're like, all right, where's
No, I'll
the,
take
the
it.
door is there. Okay. So you've obviously become a lot more established. This is something I wanted to talk to you about because you've been in New York now for a little while.
Yes. 11 years, just recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, happy anniversary.
Thank you.
I've been here 5.
Okay.
And there's something I've noticed, and we have a similar background in the sense of, because I got back into comedy at 30 when I got sober.
Yeah.
Because I used to just run the light, hammered, and do impressions.
Everybody hated you.
And then I'd be like, come get me off the stage.
Fucking
Well, actually, I'd be like,
asshole.
oh, come get me off the stage.
Oh, you were-
They love it. They love me.
Is Schwarzenegger a big drinker? I don't think so.
No, but I knew 2 impressions, and that was
Okay.
one of them.
What was the other one?
I could do an Australian accent pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, the restaurant, the Outback I worked at, I was the voice for a long time.
Oh.
You'd call and it was my voice going, "G'day, mate. Thanks for calling Outback Steakhouse,
that's pretty good.
225 Coastline Drive." I'll just run the light here doing it.
Yeah, I can't do an Australian accent. That one's very hard for me.
Well, I noticed at a young age I could mimic. I could do a lot of different voices. Like when
Yeah.
I went to rehab the first time, one of my best friends in rehab was from New Bedford in Boston. So I fucking talked like this the whole time and convinced everybody we were cousins. And they fucking bought it because
Yeah.
they're fucking idiots in rehab.
Yeah, well, they're addled.
Yeah, that's true too. Brains aren't exactly
Yeah.
right. So, but what I mean to say is, I was a little bit older. I got here, and then just kind of nose to the grindstone. Here we go. We're doing it. But it is an interesting thing that I found, and what we're talking about is like everyone's like, oh, well, your first 2 years are really tough, but then you'll start to get in the groove.
Yeah.
And then you get 2 years, and you're kind of like, this is still hard. And they're like, oh, it's the first 5 years.
Right, and then they're
But
like 7.
Yeah, exactly. And then it just keeps kind of the goalpost keeps getting narrower.
Yeah.
So for you, because now obviously you've had some modicums of success, you're doing the thing. What was the kind of shift where you were like, okay, I think this is happening?
I mean, I don't know if that's happened yet.
Okay.
I mean, I think the pandemic had a huge impact on me and my relationship to comedy. It just made me kind of reassess why I'm doing it and why I want to do it. And I think once I kind of threw out the I gotta get to these, I gotta do the thing and I gotta do the stuff and I gotta I think I realized I love comedy because it's very fun for me. It's the way I express myself. It's where all my relationships, my friendships are. So I think once I put my focus on that instead of getting stuff and just like kind of worked on actually doing comedy instead of all the other stuff, I don't know, it just felt better.
Yeah. Well, that's a huge thing
Yeah.
because people in my life obviously just got married. We have a kid on the way.
Right. Congratulations.
Thank
The
you.
kid's not here.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. I was like, where's the kid?
You see all the baby
I
stuff
know. I was
and you're like,
oh. I was like, things are rough at home. Your wife's gone
"They
with the kid.
left." But now I can focus on comedy.
Yeah, there you go.
But it was one of those things where, obviously people outside of the comedy circle. So some people in my family, some people in her family, it's a lot of like, so,
What's next?
what are you going to
Right.
do? What's going
What are you gonna do? Yeah.
But for me, one of the things is kind of the saving grace is when I was 30, I almost died, which I've talked about repeatedly on the show.
From alcohol?
Yeah.
Okay.
I woke up in a hospital. It's a whole thing.
Oh.
But at that point when I got sober, comedy was the thing.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, I work in a restaurant where I can work 3 days a week and still pay all my bills.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're never going to fire me
Yeah.
from comedy.
You're the
So
voice.
it's like,
At the restaurant. Yeah.
I'm not an Outback anymore. But it is one of those things where it's like,
Transferred to the flagship
comedy's
store. Sorry.
But like with comedy, no one's going to walk in and be like, you can't do comedy
God, I
anymore.
wish they would. You know what I mean?
100%. But because of the way my brain is wired, and I don't know if you're like this, but it's like, oh, I can just keep doing this.
Yeah.
Like nothing's going to, and there was a lot of solace in that fact where it was like, because there are clubs where I've gone to shows or I've been on shows, like people have put me up on guest spots and stuff, and you watch the lineup and you're like, I would bury these people.
Yeah.
Like, how am I not on
Yeah.
a show here? But then it's a lot of politics, and it's all like, oh, well, you have to start as an intern and then work the door, and then you do this and then do that, and then you're passed at the club. And so it's an interesting kind of being older now. I'm 37. There was kind of almost like a calm that came over me.
Yeah.
When I hit 5 years in New York, and I was kind of like, yeah, I'm just going to keep doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And like if it works out, that's awesome. And I'm still going to reach out to clubs and reach out to bookers, but it's not going to be my identity of like, oh my God, I'm not passed to these clubs. My life is miserable.
Yeah. I mean, I think definitely looking at your own career like a year ago and where you are now helps a lot.
Yeah, that's why I have all this
giving a
stuff hanging
perspective.
up.
Oh, good. So you can be like, look where I was.
Well, it's like I have done stuff because
Yes.
I'm a very self-deprecating person.
Okay.
So there's a lot of times where if I don't have a show for the whole month booked,
Yeah.
I'm like, you suck, quit comedy, move back to Florida. What are you doing?
Move back to Florida.
Well, that's what my
Okay.
brain says. But then I got all this stuff made and printed out because
that's
I can
good.
just look up and be like, no, you've done stuff.
You've
Like,
done stuff.
You're doing
Yeah.
the thing.
You got the stuff.
Got it.
You got the stuff. It's look, but you know
Well,
what I mean.
and then a
You
lot
got
of it.
the look.
You remember that song?
No.
You got the look.
You worked at a Virgin Mega store, though.
I
so
did.
You know.
I know
you-
music.
You know
I know,
music.
and I worked at a Hollywood Video too.
Did you really? So you know music and
movies.
Hollywood Video. For those of you who are uninitiated, that was like a blockbuster on the West Coast.
It was actually in Boston, but that's
Oh, really?
okay.
I'm an asshole.
No, well, you don't.
Well, I didn't
asshole
have.
for
We
not
only
knowing.
had Blockbusters.
Oh yeah, we had a Hollywood Video in Boston.
Okay.
I was a manager. It was great.
Oh,
It was great.
watch out.
Yeah.
UPS store. Hollywood
UPS. I
Video?
mean, I hit a Virgin
You
Mega
manage
store.
people.
I'm a manager. Maybe if comedy doesn't work out, I'll get into Mr. Managing.
So many people
I
in
would
my
never.
life. I would never. But so many people, they're like, you're so good with people and you care so much about
Yeah.
other people and I'm like, well, I'm empathetic. Like that's not like a unique quality.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, you
Yeah.
should be a manager. And I'm like,
Ugh.
you should kill yourself.
Yeah, no thanks.
So,
Go ahead.
What were you going to say?
I don't know.
It is fun to have comics on because our necessity to not have dead air.
Yeah.
Just keep-
Just sit in the
I've had
silence.
people on where we've rambled about social media for like 30 minutes. And I'm like, well, we got to get into this
Yeah.
show now. So I want to talk to you about that.
Social media?
No.
Thank God. I was like,
How's
I'm
the
out.
show? This was fun. Thank you so much. I'll see you next
Bye
week.
bye. Gotta go.
No, let's talk about it. So you grew up in Atlanta.
Yes.
Well, so these are just some standard kind of questions I ask everybody.
Okay.
Middle school, high school, popular, unpopular?
Unpopular.
Okay.
Big loser.
Making friends is hard.
Yeah, making friends. I can make friends.
No,
Unpopular.
did you do any sports, extracurriculars, anything like that?
In middle school, I played Did I play basketball in middle school? Yes, I played
Okay.
basketball in middle school.
A
I
hooper.
played. Yeah, dude, I could ball. I swam in high school. I rode horses. What
What?
the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay, Florida. Give me a break. I'm from Georgia. Well, I already said that. Yeah, I think I had a pretty I mean, I was in plays. I was a thespian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the reason I asked that is because I was bullied in high school. I didn't have any friends. But
tell.
obviously I would. But my siblings and stuff were very popular.
Huh.
So they would like be doing parties and house parties and doing all this kind
Yeah.
of stuff. So I always like to ask that question.
Do you didn't have any friends?
I had a couple.
Okay.
But not
Not good friends.
Still to this day, I'm by nature an introvert.
Okay.
Which is, a lot of people are like, yeah, but you work in a restaurant, you
Sure.
do the podcast, you do
Yeah.
stand up. It's like, yeah, but if I had the option, I would
just
sit at home.
and stare at the wall.
Yeah. I honestly like.
Yeah.
It's so funny because Tracy is always just like.
That's your wife.
Yes.
Okay.
She's always like, I know you like your alone time, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh God, like I'm that kind of
Right.
guy.
Well, everybody needs to be alone
Yeah, I love-
sometimes.
Well, and I think a lot of it was because I got bullied. I
Right.
got used to being alone, and then I appreciated more being alone.
Right.
So I didn't do the party thing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, were you drinking in high school, going to parties?
In high school, yes.
Okay.
But I mean, it wasn't. So I went to a private school from the time I was in kindergarten until the time I graduated high school.
Oh, wow.
So I went to this same school for all 12 years. Sorry, it's giving me indigestion.
Just thinking about
It just, bleh, I just
You
vomit on
weren't there,
the mic. It's like, don't make me talk about this. So it was, my last name's Weiner. I'm from Georgia. Not a lot of. I have curly hair, which they did not like in the South.
It's a lot of straight blondes.
Yeah, a lot of straight whatever. Yeah. And so I did get bullied a lot for my last name, and it stayed with me because you're not getting a fresh batch.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
So my best friend from 5th grade to 8th grade, her family moved out into the like outer suburbs, Alpharetta in Georgia, because they got horses again. So she started going to public school, and then she made all these cool public school friends. So they became my friends.
Okay.
So that was like my core group of friends in high school were the public school kids in Alpharetta.
Yeah, the bad kids.
Yeah.
So when was the first time that you remember getting drunk?
When I was 13.
Whoa! Did not see that coming.
Oh, okay.
You are cool.
Scotch.
Ooh, did not see that coming.
So
you
bad.
are just an enigma wrapped in a complexity.
I was 13. Okay, I'm also 45, so it was 1993.
Yeah.
Or maybe 92. No, 94. It may have been 93 or 94. I was at my friend's house, or I think her brother's girlfriend's house.
Okay.
And we were all hanging out in the basement. And we were drinking scotch.
What was that?
And then I threw up in a garbage can.
I'm always curious about little details. What is that? You're 13 years old and you're like, yeah, I want to do this. I want to fit in. Or were you like, yeah, I'll just try it? Like,
I think I was just like, I'll just try it.
Okay.
And then I think I had the mindset of like, you got to drink it. Like no
Yes,
matter how bad it tastes, you're swallowing it.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
Okay, that's fascinating because that's the kind of stuff I love is because a lot of times people are just like, yeah, this happened and that happened. I'm like, yeah, but why? Like,
Yeah.
what was
I mean,
going
I think
through your head?
I think I wanted to be cool. I think I also liked the idea that it was like, rebellious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't drink for most of high school.
Okay.
Because I was just like, no, that's
Yeah. I mean, honestly, in high school, I didn't drink a ton. It was much easier to get drugs.
Okay.
So.
Well, you did send me that story, so I
Yes.
wanted to ask you about that.
Yes, my high school drug house. So this is okay.
For the listeners, the story just says high school acid/drugs.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, okay.
This is why.
Where
I like
to
when
begin?
people send me one or two words. Sometimes they'll send me the whole story, and I'm like, well, now I know.
Now
the
I know
story.
nothing. Okay, so I think I was like, I was 16 at least because I was driving.
Got it.
I think the first time I did acid, I was 16 because I lost my virginity that same night.
Okay.
And I remember that.
It was a busy day.
It was a busy day. It's one of my jokes. I'm not going to say it because that feels like doing like, but you know what I mean. I don't.
I'm never gonna live that down.
What?
The fact that I said skits instead of skits.
Oh, skits. Yes.
Just in my own head.
I know you're
like,
damn it.
You've been doing comedy for a decade, you piece of shit.
But then acid became kind of like a regular thing. Acid and ecstasy.
Okay, so many questions because that's
Georgia. Okay, there was nothing to do. You just drive around.
that answers the question because that is one of those things where because I remember obviously totally different. But I remember when I got to college and saw cocaine for the first time, I was like, oh my God, like that's a real drug. It's not weed or booze.
Right.
How does acid come up? Is someone making it in their bathtub or is somebody like, hey, I've got this?
I think we just had some
just a connection?
some other elements into our friend group, some kind of outlier friends who were maybe older. There was one guy who would always come to our like our parties, and we called him Skippy the Wonder Hippie. And because he always wore like a poncho and he was like a white guy with dreads. And he ended up being a narc.
Really?
Yeah, for the cops.
Really?
Yeah.
This wasn't on the list. This is going on the list. What happened with Skippy the Wonder
I don't know.
Hippie?
I just remember somebody being like, yeah, that guy was a narc. And
So
I'm like,
he was
well,
like-
yeah.
21 Jump Street in it?
Yeah, kind of, I think.
Oh my God.
I kind of remember him around. Like, I think I only met him like once, but then he never showed up again. And I was like, what happened to that guy? And they're like, he was working for the cops.
wow.
And I was like, damn, sucks.
Damn.
Yeah, pretty wild. But this is really the story of high school for me. Like the pinnacle of my high school existence was like 16, 17, 18, probably 17, 18. One of my good friends, his dad just like moved out of this house in the like outer suburbs of Atlanta and just was like, here you go, kiddo. Just, you can live here. And
You're a
so,
latchkey kid.
yeah, he
kid.
just fucking abandoned his child and was like,
I abandoned my boy.
exactly. And our friend was like, got a house. And so we were like, all right. So it was just I mean, we called it the house. It was in like a partially developed outer suburb of Alpharetta.
This is so 90s in the South.
I know, it's wild. And so
is somebody gonna call CPS? Fuck that! I got a house.
But he had an older sister, I guess, who was supposed to be also living there, but she was like pregnant.
Gone.
Yeah, she was like with her boyfriend or something. So we would go to the house every weekend and just
3 years just
hanging out, doing drugs. You know, we would take ecstasy and all get in the bathtub together and be like talking about our parents. It was it was really actually honest.
To ground me?
Yeah. And then every once in a while, like I have this one friend who anytime he gets really fucked up, he likes to get naked.
I was that guy.
Yeah. So he would get naked and then wander around the neighborhood at like 4:00 in the morning.
Wow, out in public.
I know. Looking back, it's like, I guess that's not a very common experience for.
See,
but I feel like it is somehow.
Yeah, I was gonna say
maybe before 9/11. I think 9/11 ruined everything. It's
I was that guy at a lot of parties.
Oh, the naked guy.
Yeah,
Oh.
because people knew I would do anything for a laugh.
Oh.
And trust me getting naked is a laugh.
Wow.
So
There's
I would
that
just be
self-esteem we love.
I was just like, yeah, I'll get naked.
You're like, sure, you want to see?
You want to see my belly? Okay. So then you go to college.
Go to college.
What happens with the cops in college?
Okay, cops in college. Definitely didn't do as many drugs in college as I did in high school, which is kind of ironic, I think. Drank way more in college.
I assume.
But
that's
what I'm referencing here was my freshman year of college. I went to college in Boston. I was with a group of friends, probably like 4 or 5 of us. We went down to the Charles River in the middle of winter to smoke pot, to get high.
That's cold.
Yeah. So we're out there, you know, the lighter's not quite working, so we're kind of flicking it and smoking and passing the bowl up and down our little
the bowl too.
The bowl, yeah, a little bowl up and down our little bench that we're sitting on by the river, and then we hear whoop whoop, and a cop pulls up, and he's like total Boston. Do the accent.
Fuck you! What are you kids doing out here?
Yeah, okay, it's a little. Okay, try it again.
Too nasally.
He's like, I saw you flicking the lighter down here.
Yeah, there you nailed it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to critique you.
No, I'm always willing
yeah.
to take notes.
No, he's like,
I saw you flicking the lighter down here.
Yeah, and he's like, that's how they get it started. They come down here, they flick the lighter, and that's how you smoke marijuana. And we're like, no, we don't have any marijuana.
He said marijuana.
Yeah, we're like, no. He's like, I saw you. He's like, I saw you flicking the lighter. I'm gonna have to search you. And we're like, I think we were so high and paranoid. We're like, okay. I mean, obviously, I guess he does have probable cause since he saw the lighter flicking or whatever.
But
yeah. But one of us has the bowl in our hand. Right? So we're like, fuck, he's going to search us. So we all line up. He's like, empty out your pockets, show me your hands.
I know what's happening.
And then as he goes down the line, the person who has the bowl slips it.
Yep.
Slips it to the guy who was just searched. And it was, and we get away with it scot-free.
Yeah.
We were like, fuck you, pig. And then it was just great.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. And it was like because we were high, and then of course the adrenaline of getting searched, and also being like being like a freshman in college and being like, I've already gotten kicked out. Oh no.
It's over.
It's over, man. So that was just thrilling.
What was the experience like to go from a private school that you were at for 12 years to because Boston University's big.
Very big.
It's not small.
Yeah, I had a
so
lot
what was
of
that
problems.
like when you got there though? Was it kind of like a culture shock? You're now in the Northeast.
Yeah.
It's a very, liberal area compared to where you grew up, and it's a huge
Yeah.
school.
Yeah. It did not I did not thrive. My first year there, I had horrible insomnia. I got addicted to video poker.
Really?
Yeah, not betting, just playing video poker.
Playing video
Till like
poker.
4 a.m. in my dorm room, just like ripping cigs and playing video poker.
Are you good at poker?
I mean, sure.
Well, that's what I mean. If you played it that much,
I mean, yeah.
if you ever
I
have
don't
like
know.
a show at the Borgata, do you just go down on the poker table and be like, all right?
No, I was in Vegas recently for a friend's wedding, and I did not win at all.
Oh.
I lost everything that I played. I just fell apart. Sorry.
That would be, to me, that would be fantastic though. If that was like some weird skill you acquired.
Oh my God. I would love to be.
And you just show up to places.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, deal her in. And then you just mop the floor with
What do you
everybody.
think I look like? I can't play poker?
No, I'm just saying, like guys, you know
Yeah,
guys at
yeah.
poker
I know
tables.
guys. I know
Guys
guys.
at poker tables.
Yeah, yeah.
It can be a real piece of work.
Yeah.
Me, I never go to a poker table.
Yeah.
I am a.
Are you sober from gambling too?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just not. So this is the thing is I'm like like a blue chip alcoholic.
What does
like
that
I've done
mean?
heroin, cocaine, crack. Like I've done all that stuff.
You've done crack?
Yeah.
What's
but
it like? Gets you really high.
It does.
It's
For
great.
about
It's
20
great.
minutes. But I've never been like, oh my God, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. Drinking was even gambling.
Yeah.
Like I gamble and I'll chase sometimes. And like when I play poker, it's a lot of like, well, that's why we're like, people will be like, why the fuck would you stay in on that hand? And it's like, that's what we're doing here. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
But the drinking was the one thing where as soon as it hits my lips, I'm like, oh, this is.
You're like,
it.
let's go.
Like
Okay.
I always say I was like Frank the Tank. Like, once
Yeah,
it hits your
yeah,
lips, it's so good.
Yeah.
We're doing it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, gambling, I still will bet like on when the NFL starts, I'll bet on the season and do futures. But it is one of those things where I don't win enough to where I'm like, I gotta keep going.
You get the fucking.
I kind of lose like 3 out of 4, and I'm like,
that's the thing with
yeah,
gambling
that
for me
wasn't-
too. I'm like, I don't like. It's just flushing money down the toilet.
Yeah.
I think
You lose
Not
2
for me.
hands, and you're kind of like, all right, well, what
I'm
are we
like,
doing
now? What? Yeah, I like that you can smoke at the tables.
Yeah, that is fun. That is.
Oh, you're a
fun.
zinner, huh?
I am. I quit
Yeah.
smoking.
Oh wow, look at you. Well,
I picked up
better
smoking
than
in-
the rest of us.
Hey, sober and quit smoking. I just drive by liquor stores now and go, God, that's so sad for those people.
Ugh, fuck you.
I don't do that.
Disgusting.
I don't do that. I'm actually, it's funny because, and I've talked about this before, but I'll meet people who like will do sober January or something, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I don't even miss it." Like, I feel bad for people who have to drink all the time, and I'm like, "You were that person 3 weeks ago. Like, what are
Yeah,
you
it's
talking?"
like,
and then as soon as February hits, they're like, "Oh."
They're like, I missed it so much.
But I'm the opposite. Like, I've been sober a long time. I booze in my house. Like, I
Yeah,
don't. If I'm out with people and they drink, I'm like,
Yeah.
"You want a drink? Let you."
Yeah.
Can someone get her a drink?
I know that's true.
Like,
'Cause
I don't-
those are the best alcoholics because they're like, I did it. I did all
my
mine's done.
Yeah.
But I love to watch you do it.
Yeah. I had a buddy of mine who's a comic. He's like, you really are like the best drinking buddy because you're sober, but then you'll still be like, shots? You guys are doing shots.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
else is doing a shot.
I feel like that is a very good sign of somebody who is like a healthy, recovered alcoholic.
Yeah. Yeah. Because this is something, I mean, a little off the rails, but this is something I have noticed is people who have to shield themselves. It's like, oh, then you're not. Like I hit a sufficient enough bottom to where I was like, I have to stop.
Right.
And I made the conscious decision to be like, I'm done now.
Yeah.
And now, even to this day, I do all the things that were suggested to me to stop in the super secret program I'm in. I can't tell you about it. It's anonymous. But I did all the things. God, I'm such a hack. But I did all the things.
Skit.
Skit. That actually does work really well on stage because the people who laugh, I go, meeting.
Oh,
And
that is
everyone's
funny.
like,
Everybody's like, I got us.
Friend of Bill.
yeah, friend of real. But I have noticed that if people who are like, I can't have it in the house, I can't. If you're around me drinking, I'm
Right.
uncomfortable, and I'm like,
He's like, you still got a lot of
I was
work
like,
to do,
yeah,
but
this might be something going on
yeah,
up here.
it's like projecting.
Yeah,
you know what
this
I mean?
might not be their
Yeah.
issue. This might be your
Yeah,
issue.
yeah.
So, I just totally lost where we were. We were talking about cops. What were we
Cops in
talking about?
college.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you.
Huh.
So when you get to college, because you said you did a lot more drinking than smoking.
Yes.
Freshman year was kind of lost
Yes.
to video poker
And just sadness.
and sadness. What were you? Was it homesick? Were you sad?
I just had a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
I had a lot of anxiety that I think a lot of it was the living situation. Boston has a really horrible dormitory called Warren Towers, which actually was designed by a guy who designs prisons. So it does have kind of a incarcerationistic feel. That's
Yeah.
not a word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Cement blocks, fluorescent lighting.
As
you
someone
know.
who was incarcerated, I can totally relate
Oh,
to this.
okay. I mean, I'm sure it was nicer than your setup, but no,
I don't
no
know.
offense.
West Palm Beach has a lot
Oh,
of
West
rich
Palm
people.
Beach. What are you, Luanda Lesseps?
Well, I went to school in South Florida.
Oh,
And it's
how long
so-
were you incarcerated for?
So over the course of, I've been arrested 8 times. I've been incarcerated 4, but the longest stretch I ever did was 4 months in
Oh,
a
okay.
single sitting. And that was in West Palm
Is that
Beach.
what they call it? A single sitting?
No, that's what I-
Is that the
But it was because I had
vernacular?
like gotten arrested in Broward County, and that jail sucked.
Uh-huh.
Duval County sucked.
Okay.
Volusia County.
Oh, so you did the
sucked.
tour?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But then when I got arrested I got arrested in
Real
Duval, but then sent
Goldilocks.
back.
L-O,
Here we
you
go.
get it?
Yeah.
Locks? Because bars?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Woo!
Jill Weiner, everybody.
Woo!
But then when I got to West Palm Beach, because there's so much money in West Palm,
Right.
that a lot of the money goes into the prison, and I was like, whoa!
You're like, I'm doing all my drinking from now on here.
Hey,
This is pretty
I'm getting arrested.
sweet.
It is going to be in Delray, baby.
Yeah.
So obviously the prison feel of the school.
Yes.
Anxious, away from
A
home.
lot of anxious. I mean, I don't think I was excited to be away from home. I think I just had a lot of undiagnosed anxiety, and I had horrible insomnia.
Yeah. How did you get over the insomnia?
I haven't.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's not as bad as it used to be, but last night I couldn't sleep. So I don't know. It comes and goes.
Yeah. This is something that is interesting because a lot of people.
That's why I started smoking pot, actually.
Oh, really?
Because of the insomnia.
But a lot of people kind of they're like, yeah, I can't sleep sometimes either. And it's like, no, I don't think you understand what insomnia, because I've had people tell me about it. And it's like, you're so tired, but you lay there and you just can't sleep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that sounds, because I'm a napper. I can fall asleep in like 30 seconds.
Can you sleep on a plane, can't you?
No, because of my anxiety.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm not right in the head either.
Oh, wow. Is that self-inflicted?
Yeah.
Good for
you. A lot
you.
of comics say they're broken. I don't talk about it. I be about it. All right. But so I can't sleep on a plane because of my anxiety. But my wife gets mad at me because she has a hard time sleeping. And I literally will lay down and be out.
Yeah, just out.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then I wake up and then I'm like, I need a nap. And I'll just sit on the couch, turn on the TV, out.
Jesus.
But for you, did the insomnia, obviously it affects your grades, it affects everything.
Yeah, I failed out.
Did you really?
Yeah, but I got back in.
Okay.
I went to summer school. I failed out my freshman year, and then I went to summer school that summer, and then I got back in and still graduated in 4 years. So
beautiful.
It all worked out. Now look at me. Successful. Doing skits.
You sent me one word, revolver.
Oh, revolver.
Where was that? Was that
okay, this was
college or
in
high
San
school?
Francisco.
Okay, San Francisco.
This is my most embarrassing car moment, I would say. So I was a bartender, bar manager, bar back, server. Yeah. I pretty much did every job at this one location, 15 Romolo in San Francisco, except cook in the kitchen. I did everything else. Really, I was there for 5 years. Loved it. Great group of people, super fun, always partied. So I was out with one of the bartenders and chef, and they both drink. And I'm like, I could drink. I drink. So we go. I do drink. So we're out in San Francisco in North Beach. We go to, God, what the fuck is the name of that bar? Ugh. Anyway, it's on Columbus Ave. And we're at the bar, and they're like, let's do revolver shots.
I've never even heard of this.
Which is you get 5 different shots, each of a different liquor.
Oh, fuck off.
So it's like tequila.
It's not a shot. It's
a revolver.
It's like a game.
Yeah, it's like a
gun.
Yeah, and I imagine one of them is supposed to be water or something, because it's like I would hope, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm like, I can keep up. So
This sounds.
so we do like tequila, gin, fucking absinthe. I think Fernet was in there, and probably whiskey. And then
It's called revolver. I would hope whiskey would be a part of it.
Yeah. So then they're like, let's go somewhere else. And I'm like, okay. And so we get into a car somehow, you know how sometimes like in the city, there'll be guys driving around just like limos, like empty limos, and just pick you up. So we get
They'll
into
be like, where are you going?
Yeah. So we get into like an empty limo. And we're driving, and I'm just like, uh-oh. And I just barf, like, as discreetly as I possibly can, just like to the side. And they're like, are you throwing up? And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine. There's nothing happening.
I'm fine.
I'm fine. And then we get out, and
So
then
you see it coming, and you're just kind of like,
yeah. I'm just like, so we stop the car. The driver is incredibly nice, surprisingly.
Oh, really? I
which
thought you were gonna go
does
the other
not
way.
happen.
No.
And I start crying, and I'm like, I'm so sorry I threw up. And my friend and chef are both like, it's okay. It's okay. Chef gives the driver like $100 bill, and he's incredibly nice about it. And yeah, that was just, I think it was honestly the thing that humiliated me the most about that was the crying.
Yeah,
not the barfing.
down.
Yeah.
What happened? How did you get home? Do you remember? Did you guys go to another bar?
No, we definitely didn't go to another bar. I think I think they dropped me off at home probably.
It wasn't a rally.
No, it wasn't a bar for rally. No. I've done that many times. That's not unique.
That is, it's my I'll say it. I don't care. My older sister taught me that.
Oh, the puke and rally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
Puke and parties.
yeah, puke and party. That's a good one. Boot and rally is what we called it.
Okay.
But became accustomed to throwing up at a young age because of my anxiety. Like, I would get so anxious that I would just be like, I don't like this.
Like,
I
stand.
just throw up.
Yeah.
But so throwing up never bothered me. You know, there's some people who have an aversion to throwing up.
I'm a huge puker, dude.
Yeah. My wife and my ex both are like, I won't puke. I can't puke. And I'm like, if I eat too much pizza, I'm like, you know what? We're just going to get this out.
Yeah, that's bulimia.
Which we call something else.
Yeah.
But it was I remember talking to my older sister one time. This is when I was like 22. So she was probably like 25.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sometimes I just drink so much and then I get like I get the worst stomach ache and then the party's just over.
Yeah.
And she was like, Brennan, that's when you go to throw up and then you come back to the party. And I remember the first time I tried, it sounds so juvenile and like dumb to say now.
Yeah.
But I remember the first time I tried it and
You
I
were
was
like,
like,
whoa.
I have hacked life. Like I feel great again because your body releases all these endorphins.
Right.
And I was like, this is, how are more people not talking about
Right.
this?
Yeah. I mean, the Romans had vomitoriums. So.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
We're like the Romans.
Exactly.
So throwing up is not something
I'm
you're
a big
not,
puke.
Yeah. Because you sent me barfing in as an adult.
Oh, yes. Another time throwing up. Oh, no. Okay. This is actually in New York. I was out, New York, the bars stay open until 4 a.m. So a lot of times the night gets away from you. Okay, you're out. You're having a good time.
I said this to somebody back home, but I was like, you don't know anxiety, like partner anxiety, anxious attachment.
Yeah.
Until you move to a place where bars are just open.
Yeah.
Because at least in Florida, it's like, okay, she's out with her friends, but the bars close at 1.
Right.
So
So
she'll
you're
be
like,
home
where
by
is she?
1:30.
Yeah.
And if not, something's happening.
Something's wrong. Yeah.
But in New York, it's like there's bars and then there's after hours
right.
bars. And then you're kind of like.
You can go
Yeah.
you can go 24/7.
Yeah.
If you
And
want.
so it's just
if
like.
you know the right people.
I guess she'll get home
Yeah.
when she gets home.
Yeah. But I had been at one of those nights where like I had been out with a friend. We were doing piano karaoke. I had like a lot of tequila at the piano karaoke. Then we went to the Chelsea Hotel.
What's piano karaoke?
It's like you sing piano karaoke with a piano player.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It's very fun. Very fun. My friend Mark Benjamin plays at Sid Gold's every Tuesday at 9
Shout out
p.m.
Mark Benjamin.
I'm probably going to go tonight.
I might put that in the show notes.
You should. Plug him. He deserves more accolades.
So you just give him a song and then he's just like, all right.
I mean, he has a list, but it's a pretty extensive list.
yeah.
And then he plays the song and you sing, and it's great.
That's
it's super
I would
fun.
love to sing
yeah,
with
yeah,
live
yeah. Come,
music.
please. It's great. It's every Tuesday. Anyway, so we're drinking. We meet a guy at piano karaoke. He's kind of a creep, but we run into him at Chelsea Hotel, and he buys us all drinks. So we get like a bottle of wine at 1:30 in the morning.
Why not?
And then it's time to go. It's probably like 3. I get in a cab. We're driving across the bridge back to Brooklyn. And I'm like, I'm sorry, sir. Can you just pull over for a moment? I have to throw up. And he does. And I throw up and I get back in and I'm like, I'm so sorry about that. And he was like, oh, thank you for letting me know.
100%.
And
Thank you for letting me know.
and I was just like, oh, how wonderful.
It's so nice to be a grown up in those
Yeah.
situations.
And it was like that. This is gross, but it was like that like hot wine vomit where it's just like, fuck it. It hurts. And it's just like it's like a red watercolor just spewing out of you. There's no chunks or anything.
No.
It's all liquid. So it's splatting. Anyway.
Liquids are hard because it projects.
Yeah.
Because I used to be a big don't eat before you drink.
Oh,
'cause
no,
then
you
can
got to
get
eat.
fucked up.
No. But
But
then you can't
my-
last as long. Yeah.
But
Well, yeah.
there's a reason I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
But my mindset was like, why would I eat and then have to take 10 shots when I could not eat and do 5 shots? and
Right.
be fucked up.
Sure.
But then I got used to throwing up, and water is just like
Yeah.
shoots.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa. It's like an Abbott and Costello routine. It's getting away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, though, to be a grown-up and be like, all right, I need to – actually, let's just pull this over.
Right. Instead of trying to be like,
I'm not going to be a hero.
yeah. And he was like, thank you so much. I was like, you got it, bud. It was just like it was a nice moment of growth
Yeah.
after barfing on myself a couple of times in cars. I'm over that.
So that happened more than just the limo.
Yeah.
What was it? Did it get to a point where it was like a thing? Like
No.
Okay.
I've only done it a handful of times.
Because I've had people on the show and like peeing in places. That's come up multiple times on the show.
Never peed.
But thank God.
Yeah.
But it was odd though, because even as a raging alcoholic, like I would pee my pants on occasion, but I was by myself in my apartment. Like,
Right. Well, like sometimes people will go like pee in the wrong place.
That's a big thing. I've had at least 5 or 6 guests where they're like, yeah, that was my thing. Like I get drunk at a party and like pee in a corner. And I was like, I no judgment. I'm the naked guy.
Right.
But who's peeing in the corner in a house?
I don't know.
So I just wanted to make sure you didn't get the reputation as Jill vomits.
No. I mean, I do, but not now mostly in toilets.
Beautiful.
It's growth. It's growth, folks.
That's what we're talking about here, everybody.
It's
growth. Let's talk about Oklahoma.
Ugh. Okay, this is a bad one. I was on my road trip after college with my best friend, and we stop in Oklahoma because we have a college friend who's living there, and it's her cousin's birthday. So we all go to this horrible nightclub in Oklahoma.
Didn't even know they allow those there.
Tulsa. And
is the friend, the cousin, are they at Tulsa University?
I don't know. I know she just slept with a bunch of the basketball players.
Okay.
So I don't know. But
that
good for her. Good for her, you know? I mean, this is really just a story about somebody getting roofied. She gets roofied.
Oh, no.
I know. She got roofied at the club. And then I don't know if I got roofied, but I've never thrown up. This is just more barf. This isn't even about drinking.
So you get to Oklahoma. It's a birthday.
It's a birthday. We're leaving the club because it sucks. Obviously, it's in fucking Tulsa, Oklahoma, which I do not recommend. Horrible place. We're leaving.
I did comedy there.
It sucks. Any place that's like the claim to fame is a fucking statue of 2 hands praying. Give me a break. Get a life. It's not art. Sorry.
What I do is art.
What I do is art. Barfing.
And then talking about it openly.
Talking about it.
The vulnerability that comes with.
The vulnerability. So anyway, we're leaving, and I'm like, uh-oh. And as we're leaving, I'm like, oh, no. And I've never thrown up like this before, where I like as soon as I step out of the establishment, I'm barfing in the bushes to the side. And I don't know if I had been roofied or if it was a hot dog that I ate, but
one or the other.
One or the other. And I was sick for like 3 days after that. Oh. Like couldn't keep anything down. So
the friend also got tagged.
She was just so wasted, like you know, like kind of flailing, like in a clear blackout, like not making any sense. And she'd only had like 1 or 2 drinks, so obviously she'd been roofied or something.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's actually, I shouldn't say actually, because I think people understand how common it is, but those are a lot of the stories when people come on the show.
Yeah. To get some slip to Mickey.
Yeah, which I mean, I've said this a million times, but I've never. You've
never drugged a woman?
No, I don't understand.
Said it a million times. Methinks the lady doth protest too much, Brennan.
I just don't understand it.
Yeah, well.
Like, it's the wanting to be wanted, that's the thing.
Yeah,
for me, at least.
Yeah, well, men are, they
pigs.
come in all different shapes and sizes.
Yeah. So you didn't like Oklahoma?
No.
What was your favorite part about the road trip?
My favorite, oh, God, there were so many. I mean, Key West was amazing. Mm-hmm. Driving from Savannah, Georgia to Key West. Actually, we drove from Savannah to Miami to Key West.
Straight down 95?
Yeah.
Did you go up the West Coast?
We did. Oh, yes.
No. I mean, like, because you came down this way. Did
we go? I think we went up the Gulf because we went to Mobile, Alabama, and we went to New Orleans.
That would have been the Gulf.
Yeah. And, I mean, there were so many great moments of the road trip. I would say Truth or Consequences, New Mexico was...
Why does that sound familiar?
Outstanding. I don't know.
Is that in Breaking Bad?
Maybe. But it was, we picked up a drifter there that I fell in love with.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah. His name was Daniel. His name was Daniel. And my co-driver or my best friend really did not care for him.
So what happens? You're driving, you see this guy just
No, he worked at the hostel that we stayed at the Hot Springs hostel, and like we just like connected.
Yeah.
You know?
Love at first sight.
I mean, I was 23. Yeah. You know? And he was like a gross guy.
Older?
Just my type. No, actually, not too much older. But, white guy dreads.
You and the white guys
Well, I'm wearing double tie-dye, bud.
Yeah, what are we talking about here?
What are we talking about here?
What are we doing?
I like a little grimy guy. I'm trying to get out of that. I'm an adult now, okay?
I asked them to pull over when I throw up.
Yes.
I've grown a lot.
I've grown.
So This is so you get into the hostel. You meet this guy.
Yes. Well, I called the hostel first, and because we had our Let's Go travel book. This was in like 2004, 3.
Yeah.
Before.
So you're not using smartphones.
No, we're not. We're using an Atlas for roads.
That's awesome.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
So I called the hostel to see if they had any availability, and I was like, "Oh, this guy sounds hot," and it was him. And then there was just that like electricity, that chemistry.
Did you
know,
take him with you?
we did. We stuck him out of the because he's worked there.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I can't go," and I was like, "Come on, just come on."
I can't.
Come
It's something
on.
out of a movie.
Yeah, I
I
was like,
can't
come
go.
on, come on. So we snuck him out of the hostel at like 5 a.m., got him in the car, and we just hit the road, man. And then over time, we realized that he was a huge loser. And
How long did it take? Obviously, your best friend knew kind of right off
yeah,
the
yeah.
bat.
She was like,
How
"What
long
are you
did it take for you?
Couple
of states?
Yeah, a couple of states. And then we left him in San Francisco.
I was gonna say, how does that? You're just like get out.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We're like, well, you're a traveling man. You'll figure it out.
Oh my god! No smartphones, no
Yeah.
Ubers, no
He
flight.
was fine. I think I bought him a bus ticket or something.
Oh, that's,
Come on.
Yeah.
Um,
It is, people think I'd love to leave my phone in my apartment sometimes. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's fun. It almost,
Right.
as sad as it sounds, it's kind of like, how am I gonna?
It's like, I'm naked.
Yeah. How am I gonna get around the city without my
Right.
phone? But it is kind of a cool experience to be like, yeah, you could still do that. I often think, how did anyone get anywhere before
Right.
the internet?
Yeah.
Because
But they
it's-
did.
They did.
Look at us.
But it is one of those things where word of mouth used to be so much more important
Yeah.
because you'd need someone to be like, this is the spot you go
Right.
to. It's off this and this.
Right. Or
and
the
then-
printed directions. Da, da, da.
Yeah, and then all those, like, I mean, the Michelin Guide, all those things were like huge.
Yeah.
Back then. Tom's Guides, all
yeah.
those things.
I mean, we used Let's Go.
Yeah.
Which was great. I still have it. It's all like tattered and stuff. Since
That's
it was
awesome.
like,
You got to put that in like a box of some sort to like hang on to forever.
Okay. It's on a bookshelf. It's like
it's-
a box.
But I'm just saying, like,
I'm not going to throw it away.
Yeah,
I've kept
that's-
it this long.
yeah, that's true.
Obviously. But
Well.
good idea. Good idea. That
I'm
was
just
good.
saying, it's,
No,
like,
that was
to keep
good. That was
memories.
good.
People are so quick to throw
I
away
know. I would never
memories.
throw that away. That's a very, it's like a tome.
That's how you remember. Good pull, Tom.
Huh?
I said good pull, Tom.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good tome?
Everybody loves a tome.
All right. This was fun.
This
Thank you
was
for
fun.
coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, plug everything one more time.
Okay, I'm at Jill_lives on Instagram and Threads. I don't do Twitter.
Do you do Blue Sky?
No.
Okay.
YouTube and TikTok and my website too.
Yeah, we'll link it all in the show notes. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. At Brennan T. Comedy on all social media, BrennanTComedy.com. Recording the special May 17th at Grove 34, so get your tickets for that. And we'll talk to y'all next week.
Bye. Amazing.
That was so
You're
much fun.
thank you so much.